Today, I'm going to show you guys a quick drill that can help you better ride steeper slopes. Now, two of the biggest problems with riding steeper slopes are firstly, keeping enough weight over your front foot to steer the board through the turn and not lose control. And then secondly, counter-rotating at the edge change, which will cause the back end of your board to skid out. So first, I'm going to show you the drill in action, then I'll explain how and why it works, and finally, I'll address any problems or limitations that this drill might have. This video has also been sponsored by Surfshark, more on that later. So let's jump into the drill. It's very simple. As you traverse across the slope and go for your edge change, I want you to reach down and touch the top of your shin with your front hand. As the board comes around, just come back to center, resting both your arms by your side before dipping down once more to touch the top of your shin again at the start of the next edge change. Now, furthermore, when you're turning onto your heel side, as you reach down, I want you to touch a little bit round on the back of your leg, so actually kind of behind your shin. And when you're turning onto the toe side, I want you to reach down and touch the front of your shin. That's it. It's incredibly simple. And without having to get too technical or think about that much at all, this drill can be very effective in getting snowboarders into the right position and making the correct movements at the correct time on steeper slopes. So give it a watch, and then I'll be right back to explain what you are actually doing and why this drill works. As I mentioned at the start, this video has been sponsored by Surfshark. And with the Winter Olympics coming up, I know a lot of you will be watching the snowboarding events. And one thing that catches people out every time is that Olympic coverage changes depending on what country you're in. Some places have free streams, some show way more snowboard events, and some just do a much better job of covering the riding. Surfshark lets you change your virtual location, so if you're traveling or if you're not in your home country during the Olympics, you can connect to a server somewhere else and watch the coverage you actually want to see, instead of being stuck with whatever highlights you're given. And realistically, if you're watching that kind of stuff whilst traveling, you're probably on hotel Wi-Fi or some other shared network. And that is where the other big benefit of Surfshark comes in. It encrypts your internet connection, which means that your personal data and information aren't visible to other people on that network. I use it on both my phone and my laptop. It's really easy to turn on, and once it's connected, you really don't have to think about it. It just runs in the background whilst you're watching or browsing. If you want to try it out, you can use the link in the description or use the code that's on screen right now to get 4 extra months of Surfshark. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk in giving it a go. So for 4 months of Surfshark free, just use the code Malcolm or go through the link surfshark.com/Malcolm. So what are we actually doing in this drill, and why does it work? Well, as soon as the board starts pointing down the slope, you can think about keeping weight over your front foot, yeah, but in reality, what is more accurate is that you just need to keep your body stacked over your front foot, and your spine should always be perpendicular to the angle of the board. So if the board is like this, your upper body and your spine should be like that, and as the board tilts to match the angle of the slope, so should your spine. And this will allow you to steer the board through the turn with your front foot and keep the side cut of the board right up there by the nose of the board, engaged in the snow and pulling you through the turn. Now, leaning back on steeper slopes and not committing weight over that front foot is one of the most common mistakes when it comes to riding steeper slopes. It causes the board to stop turning and you either skid out and lose control or wipe out completely. But by leaning forward and reaching down to touch your shin around the front, just there when you go onto the toe side, or kind of round the back of your shin, kind of at the top of your calf muscle as you go onto the heel side, that is going to stop this from happening. The second problem I mentioned in the intro is that a common mistake is counter-rotating at the edge change, and this will flick the back foot out during the edge change, causing you to skid around the turn. And this skidding is not caused by a lack of grip or incorrect posture that can be easily fixed. It's caused by a movement that you don't want to have in your riding at all, and that will always create skid. So if you want smooth, rounded turns, you don't want to counter-rotate at the edge change. And the reason you will likely be counter-rotating is because you are not properly committing to crossing your weight, specifically your front knee and hip, over the board at the edge change. But by leaning down and touching your shin on the side of the board in the direction that you are turning, so around the back of the shin for the heel side and the front of the shin for the toe side, you will initiate that lateral movement and lean across the board to help you make that edge change. And finally, this also directs your weight not just down over your front foot, but exactly where we want it in your boots. And your boots are the connection between you and the board. And as you transfer weight into them, they transfer that through your bindings and into your snowboard. And this allows you to apply pressure down through the front of your shins, engaging the toe edge when we want to do that, or down through the back of your leg into your boot and through your high back when we're on the heel edge. So that's how the drill works, but as with any drill, we're really overemphasizing the movements, and that can lead you to over-exaggerate certain things and actually bring in things that we don't want in your riding. So the first thing you need to watch out for is on the transition from heels to toes. Okay, this is the movement we want. You want to reach down for the front of your shin there, but crucially, we need your hip to pass over the top of the board. And it's actually quite easy to do this with just kind of sinking down like that and keeping your hips stacked behind the board, but that won't help with that lateral movement of crossing your center of mass across the board to help with the edge change. Now, when you do it from toes to heels and you reach down to touch the top of your shin, kind of round behind your leg here, toes to heels doesn't really have this problem because we want our hips to come back. We want to pull them back over the top of the board there. So in this one, it's not really an issue. Now, the second big problem we sometimes see, if you kind of reach down like that, you can get this kind of unwanted teapotting effect, okay? It looks a little bit weird, and all we're trying to do is exaggerate getting weight over that front foot. I don't really want you to start overly hinging from the hips at the waist like that. So remember guys, it's just a drill to help try and get you into the correct positions if that's something you've been struggling with. And of course, this isn't something that I actually do on every turn when I'm riding. Once you get the feel for it, then you want to relax the movements and just stay more chilled over the top of the board. Now I've linked 2 other videos down below that will help you with getting the correct weight distribution over your feet and riding steeper slopes. So thanks again to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. If you want to try it out, you'll find the link and the discount code down below as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.